Hello, this is the Ramblings of an Indisciplined Mind podcast for Monday, June 13th, 2016. As of this morning, Sierra is still missing, or this recording is not morning. Yeah, Monday the 13th, to me seems like it ought to be more unlucky than Friday the 13th, just because it's Monday, plus the 13th, but I know why Friday the 13th is considered unlucky. That's when a pope had all the Templars killed. So that's how that happened, as I understand it. But I digress. That's not really what I'm talking about today. Today is also week 11 of the capstone class of the 11th semester. That means I'm almost done. In fact, it is my plan to be done with what I have to get done. I've got paper to finish up. I'm reading through it now. I'll probably finish that up tonight. It's got to be uploaded no later than Wednesday evening, so I'm not quite sure when I'm going to upload it, but soon. And then I've got the final to do, which I'm thinking I might get out of the way tomorrow. I'm kind of thinking that I might upload the paper tomorrow too, and then I'm done. Got about 4 days and 17 hours and change until graduation on Saturday. So I am looking forward to that. I have had to rework some things with this paper. The way these teachers think sometimes, it just boggles my freaking brain. They had us do on this paper a executive summary at the beginning. And that's fine. I mean, I've done those before. It's not that big a deal, but they got the whole class in a tizzy because they're like, you got to make sure you do what the study guide says you need to do on it because it's a large amount of your points for the paper. And I'm like, really? It is? I mean, because that should almost be a throwaway. Because you're just recapping what you've done in your paper. It should be, A, it should be easy, and B, it's like, it shouldn't be a big deal. So I got looking at the rubric. I kind of miss that word, rubric. It's a fun word. But I got look at the rubric for it, and this thing is worth a total of 250 points. Most of the items that are on there for doing this and that and the other thing are 15 to 10 points each. There's one at the very beginning that's for your quality of English, how the strength of your citations, are you citing everything you should be citing, things of that nature. That's 25 points. The executive summary is 40. And I'm like, seriously? It's that important? That's 16% of the total grade. I calculated that because I was curious. That's more important than English and proper citation? Really? I just don't understand how these teachers think. I really don't. Why is all I can think of is they don't want everybody just to kind of go, it's the last thing to do. Just type something up and give them a page worth of crap and be done with it. The other thing is, they're saying they want 2 to 3 pages for the executive summary. I've always been taught an executive summary is 1 page. If you can do it, keep it to 1 page. So I'm going to give them like a page and a quarter. And that's 2 pages. 2 pages, bitches! The other thing is, there's a thing in the case study, the study guide, because they did this guide, there was different stuff every week, was that we were only supposed to have 5% of our paper be direct quotes. Because basically you get three kinds of text in these academic papers. You've got direct quotes, you've got paraphrase material, and then you've got any analysis kind of stuff you're doing where it's just coming out of your head. So they want direct quoted stuff to be 5%, no more than 5%. So I've got a 29-page paper. It's around, I think it's say just under 15,000 words, if I remember correctly. I calculated it out. It's like 760 words, 5% of that. And it's like, I don't have that much. The biggest block I've got is the mission statement for the company that I am evaluating, and I checked it, and that was like 60 words. And if I have another 40 words that I'm directly quoting, I'll be surprised, because I don't do that much of that. I do a lot of paraphrasing. So that's kind of how I do it, and that works out well because they don't want to see big blocks of just quoted text. Even if you cite it, they don't want to see that. And that's fine, but it's they've had these memes where they take the bit from The Dark Knight, where the Joker, it's like, you tell everybody, and everybody loses their minds. And I in my head, I'm seeing that picture, and it's like, you tell everybody they can only do 5% of their words can be direct quotes, and everybody loses their minds. There's been 2 discussions about it where people are like, I don't know that I'm really understanding what the 5% thing is. Does that mean I can only have 5% of my paper have citations on it? No. I just replied to one guy before I left work, where he was trying to say that if his source said that the earnings per share was $2.75, and if he used the $2.75, then that would be a direct quote. I don't think that's how that works. I mean, granted, if I want to state that the company made earnings per share of $2.75 in 2015, if that's the line in the text, I can't write it like that. I have to switch things around. I could do, in 2015, earnings per share grew to $2.75 for the company, or something like that. And so I posted that, and we'll see if it clicks any light bulb for people. There's a lot of angst. I think some of these people are just worn out, because there's a lot of angst about stuff that to me seems very, very straightforward. And I don't think the teachers help much by with their grading policies, and then getting everybody worked up about make sure your executive summary does exactly what it says it's supposed to do. I'm really kind of beyond the point of caring, for the most part. I've got 29-page paper. I believe it fits what they're asking for. If they disagree and they want to give me a B on it, then fine. I'm done either way. But I've been getting pretty much full marks for my writing all the way through on this, so I really don't expect to get a crappy grade for this thing. And then I'm done. I cannot wait. Other bit of news I'll share. Kind of since I'm at this crux point of being done, one of the things I wanted to do was get my space opera that I'm noodling, get that on the Roundtable podcast, and get that workshopped on that podcast. And I had contacted Dave Robinson on Twitter and said, hey, what's your lead time? Because I didn't want to, they got a little form on their website that you fill out, and I didn't want to fill it out if they've got like a 1 week lead time, and he's going to be like, hey, can you do it next week? Because you got to write up a pitch, and I've got elements of it, but I really got to write up, the whole thing in the proper format. And there's a bunch of stuff that's not seen paper yet. That's just or digital paper. It's just in my head, and I need time to do that. So I emailed him and said, hey, or hit him on Twitter and said, hey, what's your lead time? What's your backlog? He says, if you got it in now, we probably do September, October. That works perfect. So I didn't get it in. It took me like a week. I kept thinking about it at odd times where I get involved in something else, or I had too much work to do in the paper, and then by the time I got to it, one thing that kind of threw me for a loop is it wanted to know what I published and when, and so then I had to figure out how I was going to go and find out when I published Borrowed Time and Stolen Time, The Girl Poet. But I got it submitted. Sunday I did that, and heard back from him saying September, October timeframe still works. If that works for me, and I told him that's perfect. So, hopefully I will get that done. Hopefully it's not like super late October, because I do want to do this for Nano this year. So, so I'm looking forward to that. It should be fun. So one of the things I'll be doing, I need to finish up my edits for Wayward Time. I haven't been able to touch that since the very beginning of the semester, and then I can get working on finishing up that pitch, and I'll be on the Roundtable podcast, and that's gonna be exciting. I'm looking forward to that. I'm excited to see who it is that he's going to get to be on the podcast, to help with the brainstorming. Hopefully it's not going to be somebody where I'm going to be sitting there squealing with joy the whole time. That probably wouldn't be very professional. Anyway, I'm at 12 minutes. I think I'll let that be that for today. I will be back tomorrow, and I'll be talking to you then. So, be seeing you.